It's kind of a comedy cheat. Like if you don't know how to deliver something and all else equal, if to either play extremely insecure, which a lot of times when people play insecure, I feel like like when you're drunk, a lot of times people play drunk, they play what they think drunk is. Same with insecurity, they play what they think insecure is. But confidence, there's really no wrong version of confidence.
I just had a discussion with Pete Holmes was just here, and I just had a discussion with him about comedy, and what we were talking about is if you are confident in what you're projecting, you will get a laugh, whether they believe the authenticity of really believing what you're doing is funny, as opposed to doing something that you think is going to make them laugh. Because I don't know if this is great, but I think if I do this, they're going to get a laugh. If you go all in, you're always going to sell whatever it is you need to sell.
Can I get a little philosophical with that?
Okay.
With that psychology? Yes, and same with interpersonal things. When we're talking to people and texting them, bringing them, doing for, asking of, whatever the thing might be, if we're doing something with an expected result, you're setting yourself up for something bad, but also it translates. Like when you're doing something for somebody and they could tell that you're doing this because you want something. Like I feel the same with an audience. If you're doing something in hopes that they get a laugh, they then feel, at least subconsciously, the pressure to do that. Like then like when you watch somebody and they're bombing,
right?
Like to a typical person, to a typical audience member, not somebody who has been around bombing a lot. I'll speak for both of us. Where when they're watching that, they empathize and they're uncomfortable for that person.
Right.
So it also comes from a place of like trust. If you trust that they're doing this on purpose and they know what they're doing and I could just sit back. So I think that it's both confidence, but it's also not having expectations because, and I'll speak for both of us again, I think there's a lot of times in our comedy we're not delivering something with confidence. I know you like to play insecure a lot of times, or you like to play, I don't know what I'm doing. You like to play, what are we laughing at?
But here's the truth for me. I legitimately am comfortable with discomfort. So I legitimately, and Rich will tell you this, who's my road manager for years, I don't want you to tell me what's going to happen in the show. A lot of times, like, especially like, I know you were very good, by the way, hosting the,
the HCA thing?
Yes. You were
Thank you very much.
I did a little bit for you, but you were really good. But in those kind of moments, I don't like rehearsal. I don't want to know what's going on. And I feel very confident in the ability to handle myself and be entertaining when I don't know what's going to happen.
Do you feel confident in doing that when you do know what's going to happen?
I feel like it's not authentic. If they tell me the door is going to fall over, then we need you to go whoops and scream, and then you're going to jump back, and it'll be really funny. I don't feel as confident with that.
Do you feel that maybe your comedy has been built on a defensiveness of staying away from that thing because you don't feel good at it? So you've leaned into the uncertainty as your craft?
My comedy started because of the uncertainty of any ability to do what I was doing. And if you watch my old videos, it's all me going, okay. And it's in real time trying to come up with something and then not understanding how they're responding. And then knowing and learning from people like Richard Pryor that reality and authenticism is
reality
key.
And
authenticism. Is that a word?
Authenticity.
I know what you mean.
Authenticity?
Yeah, I would say.
You feel comfortable enough to correct me?
Not even a minute ago I was thinking, wait, it's just how are we talking? Funny, man. Good one, Howie.
So finish the story.
No,
I can finish it for you.
Go ahead.
I was a teacher. I like correcting grammar and.
I can finish it for you.
She's a teacher.
So over time,
wait, we got to take a minute and I'll let you finish it. Shout out to teachers.
I think that's good.
Go ahead.
So over time, you developed this one skill set, but two, this comfort in trusting that you're going to land on your feet and it became invigorating for you. In fact, so much so that you actually created situations like that. You would go into places blind and making sure that other people are okay with that. And you became validated in this thing so much that you now no longer associate discomfort as something negative. It's actually something you seek.
It's real.
Incidentally, because you seek discomfort, you feel uncomfortable in situations where things are planned. So I would push back and say it's not that you're comfortable in uncomfortability as much as what makes a typical person uncomfortable doesn't make you uncomfortable.
Right.
But what makes a typical person comfortable, which is preparation, makes you uncomfortable.
Right.
And you avoid that discomfort.
Right. And a good example of that is talk shows. I appear on a lot of talk shows.
Bragging.
And I don't know, humble bragging.
There's not much humility in that.
Why?
I talk shows. I appear in a lot of talk shows. You could have just said talk shows.
I'm a fucking huge celebrity.
I know. I'm just saying that's not humble. Go on.
I am a humble. I'm one of the biggest humble celebrities there are.